Hey, we're here at the state meet. Congratulations to Phillip, individual state champion, Downers North second place trophy as a team. A great day, Phillip. How would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to describe this feeling, you know. It's honestly like, as soon as I finished the race, it was like, you know, weights coming off my shoulders and I could finally take a breather. You know, it's such a blessing. It was such a great group this year, and you know, we had some injuries on the way, but ultimately we came here together, put our names on the line, and we did a great job. You know, short of what we wanted, but you know, we all put our names on the line, and we battled hard, and that's kind of what matters most. So I'm super proud of the guys. I'm proud of myself, and you know, it's so much support here today. So much people saying my name, saying Downers North, saying this, saying that, and just like. Really shows you know, like these past 4 years, it's really just been a blessing. So I'm just so proud and so grateful for everything.
What percentage of Cupials and Cupials did you get today from the fans cheering you on?
A lot of people, I feel like a lot more people call me Cupial, which I prefer because Cupial sounds like poop in Polish, so you know, like, which I am. So I'm like, I kind of like that it's, you know, Cupial, which, you know, coach calls me Soup. So
okay.
Yeah, percentage-wise, more people call me Soup, so I kind of prefer that.
Okay. You not only won, but beat last year's time. So 14:03.2 today to win by 4.3 seconds. I think you ran, what, like about 14:12 last year?
I did.
So Grant was a second ahead of you. Those were the two fastest times in Downers North before today. Maybe even if you didn't win, Phillip, were you hoping to challenge 14 minutes?
Yeah, you know, that was kind of the goal. First goal was to win, and second goal was like the time will come. But you know, since I had to go out there and you know I really had to put my name on the line, or put my, you know, I kind of just like avoided the time and just went out there and just out the gate straight away to the front, and you know I just pushed all the way to the finish, and you know I fell asleep in the back half triangle where the 2 mile is, or not where the 2 miles, where like the 1.5 is. So that was kind of the main goal, is go through mile feeling good and then really push the triangle. So, you know, that was the race plan. You know, the time came along with it, and I was close to breaking 14. I feel like maybe if I had one more guy pushing me along and, you know, really giving it everything, I would have been closer, but it's 14:03, you know, it's better than last year's school record, you know, better than Grant last year, so I'm happy.
I think it felt like last year, I know if I'm not putting words in your mouth, Phil, but that you maybe left a little bit on the course last year. You made a traumatic kick and just kind of ran out of territory. And was that race in the back of your mind at all? I mean, you still got fourth place and had a really good race.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, I was definitely disappointed last year. You know, the team won, and I was still disappointed. You know, I felt like, you know, I wanted that state title so bad, and even though, you know, Ben was the favorite by, you know, a long shot, I still knew that I could challenge him and stuff. But yeah, I was disappointed, and you know, I hate to lose. So you know, that's just kind of in my nature. But this year, it was different. You know, it's my turn finally.
This year, Phillip, you had the target on your back. You were the top returning finisher. How was that for you, handling that pressure, if there was any?
You know, like I said, you know, as soon as I finished, all that weight came off my shoulders, and you know, I pushed so hard, and you know, I really tried to like persevere through everything, through all the doubts and everything. But like I was saying, I just have so much family here, so much, you know, friends, so much coaches, you know, saying my name, and I can see it in their face how much they care, and you know how much they want to support me. So, you know, all those other thoughts and all those things like, oh, I don't want to do this and stuff like that. You know, every time I felt that, I pushed harder, and you know, that last mile, you know, I wanted to, you know, just give up right there, but you know, I did it for them, and I did it for all the people that believe in me. So I'm super proud of that.
You won a state title as an 8th grader, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. How does this one compare?
I mean, it's been a long time coming, I would say. So, you know, 8th grade year, you know, I was the favorite going in as well, one of the top times in the state. Same thing with here, you know, I was, you know, ranked #1 for most of the season. But yeah, you know, I can't really describe it, you know, that first state title kind of, it's like a soul tie to that, you know, it's like, I'll never forget that. So, comparing it, you know, they're both like indescribable. I can't really tell you. It's such a blessing. It's so awesome.
And what a blessing the teammates you've had. I know when we left while they were here last year, I mean, you and Will were back. I mean, two really talented all-staters, but a lot of question marks, and people delivered this year, even with the injuries. It was amazing. I don't know if people would have believed you guys would have been in the battle for the state title again this year when you guys left Detweiler with all the seniors.
Yeah, I mean, losing 5 seniors and, losing, 4 seniors the previous year as well. This team just has so much depth, and, we believe in our coaches, Sip, Edelman, Coach, all of them, it just, honestly, I would say even next year, I would say we have so much more people, willing to step up, and this year we have so much depth. I mean, it's kind of just in the DGN legacy, keeping it going, and sadly, I couldn't finish what I started, but I did my part, and there were so much things that were out of our control, and sadly, that's kind of what happened. But I know the guys will be hungrier than ever next week, so kind of looking forward to that.
Anything you'll remember most about today, Phillip?
I don't think, just coming here, being in Illinois, just so much people saying my name, knowing me, and it really just means a lot. And I kind of really like that feeling of being known, and all that sacrifice that I put in through all the seasons and stuff really just kind of came together here. And it's awesome. It really is. Seeing all my family here and everything. Yeah, that's it's awesome.
Well, again, very well deserved state title, school record, which is also pretty phenomenal on top of it too. Helping the Trojans get second today as a team as well. So, Phillip, congratulations. And how are things looking on the college scene?
It's going well. Still picking away my decision, and just trying to find the best fit for me. But I should know pretty soon.
Okay. Well, good luck with that too. But again, extraordinary performance this year and this season. Thanks.